Welcome to Module 3, Make Peace with Yourself. So we have been exploring how you can nourish yourself in a variety of ways by looking at your relationship with food beyond what. We've been looking at your relationship with your body and how you feel about your body. And in this third piece of nourishing your whole self, we're looking at self. So what does it mean to be at peace with yourself? To actually feel at peace with who you are, you must accept the person you are at your core. When your thoughts and your words and your actions are aligned, that's when you feel at peace with who you are and your purpose to the world. So when you really feel like yourself, and really feel like you're living like feeling alive and vibrant, just think how that affects your metabolism. We've been talking about the word metabolism throughout this mini course, and that it has to do with your thoughts and feelings and beliefs and experiences. I mean, this is the other 50% of who you're bringing to the plate. And it absolutely matters. And that's why we're going to explore you and making peace with yourself and exploring who you are. And really, this can be more of what I'd like to call a self-discovery, pressing the pause button and looking and taking the time to know who you are and what you want as a woman and what you need as a woman, what you desire as a woman, and what feeds and nourishes your spirit, your heart, your soul, who you are at your core essence. So, lesson 1 is about how are you feeding and nourishing your spirit. The first piece of your personal growth exercise today is going to be creating a list. And I'm giving you a chart with 3 columns. One says needs, one says wants, and one has desires. I'm going to have you complete this exercise for yourself because you are unique. And when we talk about needs, and we'll break down needs pretty briefly in this video, but I'm going to give you some more details in the notes that are provided underneath this video so that you can delve into this really deeply and take time for yourself to rediscover yourself. Kind of think of this as a mini eat, pray, love exercise. So that's a movie where this woman, and I believe it was Julia Roberts, kind of dives into and discovers who she is as a woman and what she wants, needs, and desires. So think of this lesson, today's lesson, about being your own personal at-home eat, pray, love experience. So your needs are going to be basic human needs, but I want you to take them a step further. So basic human needs are things like food and water and shelter. But I want you to take it one little step further in what are your needs for your unique survival. And it might probably go beyond water, food, shelter. Here are some of my examples. I need fun to survive. Like, I just need it. If I'm not having fun, I just don't feel like myself. I absolutely need love. Absolutely. It is a basic human need for my survival. I also need purposeful work. It makes me feel alive and vibrant. And when I'm not doing something purposeful, I feel kind of dull and low energy. So those are a couple examples. The next column are going to be your wants. So the wants are things that you may or may not have, but they're not for they go a step above survival. You don't really need them to survive, but they're your wants. So create a list of wants. The third column is going to be your desires. And this is where I want you to have no limits, no constraints. So this is your dream world. Go big, fantasize, go nuts. Don't worry about time or the kids or money or anything. Like, I just want you to put your desires down as a woman. Go big. All right. So complete the wants, needs, and desires exercise. And then I want you to move on to the second part of today's lesson, and that is exploring what feeds your unique spirit, your soul, your who you are at your essence. And here are a few ideas and questions for you to explore to kind of bring some things up for you to answer this question for yourself, because it is deeply important. Because when you are nourished by far more than food, food has less power. Food is only part of your metabolism, and I want you to feel really, truly vibrant and alive and really have your metabolic fire enhanced by how you're nourishing and feeding your spirit. So, like, what do you like to do for fun? What are your hobbies or activities or sports? Do you like to knit? Do you like to, get out in nature? Do you love playing with your kids? Do you, let's talk about work. What kind of work nourishes you? And what makes you feel like you're purposeful? Or is it volunteerism? Or are you, being on a certain board really nourishes your spirit and your soul? Do your relationships feed your soul? So kind of explore that, like with your friends or your family members or, a sibling or even a pet can be very nourishing to your spirit and your soul. Does where you're living feed your soul? Are you a mountain person or a beach person? Do you love the desert? Do you like it hot? Do you like it cold? Or maybe you don't like to stay in one place at all. What feeds your soul is travel and exploring new places and seeing new cultures and trying new languages. So those are some ideas. And then here's another question to look at. How is your daily routine, nourishing you? And what do you need from your daily routine to feed your soul? Do you need deep sleep, uninterrupted sleep? Do you need some alone time, me time? Maybe you need a lunch break where you actually can leave work and eat a slow, undistracted, enjoyable meal. So look at the big picture of how you're feeding and nourishing your soul. And then what I want you to do is look at that list and ask yourself, am I doing all of these, any of these? Are you really fully nourishing your soul and spirit? And then I'd like you to pick something from that list that you're currently not doing. And I want you to take one small action step today to move towards bringing that back into your life. Example, you could have loved taking pictures, you really loved photography, but you just, somewhere along in life, you just got busy, you had kids, you ended up with a new career, whatever, and you just stopped taking photographs. You could take the simplest step of just taking out your cell phone and going outside at your lunch break and starting to take pictures of the things that you enjoyed taking pictures of. It could be people or places, and then share them. Yeah, you can email them to a friend, you could post them on Facebook or wherever, but I want you to really start nourishing these pieces of yourself that may not be in your life right now. Or maybe you were a writer and you maybe want to do something really big and you want to write a book one day. Perhaps you just pull out your journal and write one page, something simple like that. Or maybe you're a big animal lover and animals feed your soul. And right now you can't own a pet, but you could just maybe one day a week spend a half an hour walking dogs at the shelter. So I want you to spend at least 30 minutes on this exercise. And while you're doing this, what feeds your soul, and you're answering that question, I want you to keep going, and I want you to ask yourself this question: what feeds and nourishes my soul? And then go, and what else? And what else? And what else feeds and nourishes my soul? And keep asking yourself that question until you just cannot answer that question anymore. Nothing else comes to mind. You have dug as deep as you can go. Have fun with this exercise. Have fun with both of these exercises, and really give yourself the gift of time, because this is so, so important about knowing yourself, what feeds and nourishes your soul, what do you want, need, and desire as a woman. And the first step to it is identifying what those things are. And then step 2 is starting to take an action, a small, teeny action just to move forward. Hope you enjoyed this lesson in our 3rd module, Making Peace with Yourself, and in lesson 1, what nourishes and feeds your spirit and soul. Have an amazing day.